Well, hello everybody. So it's that time so many studio fans have been waiting for. We're taking a second look at our fabulous one-day special from Giannini. It is the Warm and Cosy collection, which kind of encapsulates this time of year when you want to be inside in your craft room, nice and warm and cozy and just having fun. And somebody who definitely brings the fun is our fantastic Lou. Hello, Lou.
Hello. Oh, I'm having a great time. I'm just messing you. I'm not showing you what I'm doing.
Okay.
Well, no, I absolutely love this. And I phoned my other half and I said, am I being a bit giddy? And he said, no, actually, you're containing yourself quite well. So, but because I am so excited, I love this.
And I'm sure he can appreciate with you getting to sort of prep the show and play with it, how much you have loved this collection.
Yeah, it's been great for him because I've just been like,
quiet,
just colouring and doing my work, and he's like,
wait till you see some of the examples that Lou has done. And also, remember, we've got some great demos coming up as well, so don't go anywhere. So, as a lot of times with Studio Lights, we've got one day special and we've got two different options here, but then we have a complete collection. Can I just say, the complete collection incorporates everything that we have on the counter. So right now, what you are seeing, everything on this counter is included in the complete collection. We've got the most beautiful stamps, evocative dies, wonderful papers, rice papers in here, stencils, embossing folders, all of that encapsulated under one roof, which is the complete collection. We've got it on the screen right now. This is the only time you'll ever hear me sound strict and stern. I do not want anybody paying full price on this. Nobody pay full price.
Nope.
Because as a Freedom member, look at that saving jump up. So the extra saving you get as a Freedom member will cover, if you're not already a Freedom member and you want to go for the complete collection, become a Freedom member. You've more than covered your Freedom membership and then some. You get to enjoy Freedom membership for a whole month and then you decide whether you want to continue it or not. That's the joy of Freedom membership. There is no contract. You can opt out at any time. You get exclusive discounts, and the best part of Freedom membership, on top of the saving that we just showed you, the additional saving, you also have to factor in the P&P because you do not pay a penny for your P&P. Lou, you a Freedom member?
I am, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I am. Really, I've been from the beginning because it just makes sense to me.
I have as well, since I joined the channel. So when we're Ho Chanda, now with the craft store, I became a Freedom member, and you become a bit blasé about Freedom membership in the sense I never look at P&P.
No, I don't.
So you see the price on screen, well, the Freedom price, that's the only thing that concerns me. So 107.49, great. Never worry about P&P.
And do you know how I see it as well? Because it's continued. Some months I don't buy anything, but I always feel, this is only me personally, nothing else. I always feel that if I haven't bought anything, I'm not losing out because I'm getting all these great demos and I feel it's well worth me staying in. That's just me. I'm not saying anyone else. Because I get so many demos to see and I just think it's a really worthwhile thing. But like I say, that's only my
is a great thing. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to break things down for the one-day special. Let's start here with our postcard daisies. Postcard daisies, what a nice collection. If this is the only collection you want to go for, absolutely fine. If this suits your budget, brilliant. Because what you're getting in one collection, look at these rice papers. You're going to get two beautiful rice papers. I mean, that is a statement of intent from Studio Light. Studio Light is saying, yeah, this is the level of quality and design we're going to bring with this collection. And everything else is going to marry up. It's designed to work together. So that's one of the designs for your rice papers. And there, I'll lift that out. That is the second design. That beautiful candle burning in the traditional street lamp. The wonderful swirls of colour. Very, very pretty. So there are your rice papers. Lou, what would you be doing with your rice papers? Well,
I collaged with mine because I thought there's areas that I want to keep. There's not a scrap on there that you couldn't use on your collage. So to me, they're like worth it for the focal point, but also the collage element. But I love the flowers one. The flowers one, I didn't really want to cut into it, but I found that there was a flowers one in the little collection, so I was equally happy. But I love that Victorian sort of almost by you know, the what do they call them, the specimen books and stuff. I love that idea of the,
it's got that feel to it.
You know, people have been thousands of miles exploring and they found these wonderful these flowers, and I think they've just done it. It also reminds me of the Dutch painters as well, because they're very floral and beautiful atmospheres, and they've got that in this, and lovely atmosphere.
So we've got our rice papers, and I agree with everything you said, Lou. We've also got our papers in here as well. These are double-sided, and another aspect, I know so many fans of Studio Lights just love the design. Look at that in itself.
That's perfect,
oh, isn't it? You want to play with it. That's the reverse. You've got loads of elements there. Here, that is just chock-a-block full of toppers. So
absolutely.
Cut into that. That's the other side of that sheet. Here we've got a wonderful background. And on the other side there, you've just got beautiful vintage flowers. So those are your papers. They are, Leslie, my producer, I think, summed them up best. They are gorgeous.
They are. And also, because they're double-sided, you're not worried about the back being seen.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to back them if you don't want to.
So true. Okay, so we've looked at rice papers, we looked at our papers. As we come down, we've got gorgeous dies now, and here you get a sense of how well everything works together. Beautiful floral dies that cut out, allowing you to add detail and bring life to your inspiration. Then we've got our embossing folder. Now look at the embossing folder. It looks like a twisted bramble of thorns and, you know, enchanted. So if you imagine having that as a background, lifting up the design with your dies, you start to appreciate how all the components play so nicely together. That's your embossing folder. Then as we progress on down, look at this stamp. So this is your daisy stamp. And if you did see the last hour, we saw Lou playing with this and showing you how to make the daisies pop. And then as we go on down, we've got our stencils that you're seeing here. And then we have, oh, that's it, sorry, the stencils, sorry. No, I will just show you here with the stencils. It's nice to pop these out because these are just no finished inspirations. It's literally, I have got some to show you, but I just want to show this is just us stenciling. I say us. It was Lou. No, now look at this one.
It's a team.
Well, no, it was Lou. So you see, look at, Lou was saying you can pick the elements up here. So is that going to be a grass verge or texture? Is that...
Water. You see it's water now, can't you?
Just here. Is that going to be maybe a night sky, or is that going to be a ripple reflection of water?
Or then coral.
Coral, oh nice. So you can put it on the side for coral in there as well, or bark from a tree. Oh, so that's your stencil, and this is the other stencil that we have in the mix as well. So beautiful, really, really, really nice. You will absolutely use these and you will love them. That's your first one, that's your daisy postcard daisies. Then we have over here our lace magnolias. Same format in the sense you're going to get 2 incredible rice papers. You're going to get 3 beautiful, beautiful papers. Then you've got 12 by 12 papers. Then you've got your die, your embossing folder, your stamp, and you're getting both stencils. I've got to tell you, this stamp is stunning. With the actually, Lou, could you show your stamp?
Yeah, sure. When I was messing about.
Yeah, there we go. That's one. Look at this. That is the stamp. Obviously, Lou's coloured this in. Yeah. But that's the stamp that you're going to get there. It is stunning.
And you can sort of have it as a main collage stamp, cut round it, or rip round it, or you can even do just this element on your rice papers.
Yeah,
and that'd be really nice.
We love that lacy detail on the background, and then the floral element in there too. So that's the second aspect of the one-day special. So we can either go for our lace magnolia or we go for our daisies. But then there is a complete collection. Now with the complete collection, you get the £10 saving that you'd have with the daisies. You get your £10 saving that you would have with the magnolia. That's already factored into the price. And then on top of that, forget this saving because I want you to become a Freedom member. It's a why not deal. So as a Freedom member, you're going to be saving £31.94 plus the 20 from here. So that's £51.94. And then you're getting even more. So we're going to continue along and see everything else you're going to get as part of the complete collection. So everything that we've just shown you and so much more. Come over here. We've got some papers for you. Starting up here with your papers. Now, you're going to get in here beautiful backgrounds and textures, but also some vellum as well. I will show you the price if you wanted to go for this individually. It'd be at the bottom of your screen, and it's oh, actually, sorry, it's just there. It's $9.99. Let's have a little pick through. So there you start to appreciate beautiful, beautiful backgrounds.
They are lovely, aren't they? And they're in the 12x12, so you know, it's not just a bit of it, it's actually the whole product. I love that because that could be taken so away with the stitching and knitting and macrame.
Now, this is nice to hear because Leslie, our producer, is a crafter. And earlier on I was having a chat with Leonie, and Leslie, by her own volition, just offered this information. So Leonie said that she was a stroker. Leslie, she is a sniffer and a stroker.
Well, people do. That's what people do with papers,
Yeah.
even new books.
It's true.
Yeah,
you sort
of go like, smell the books.
It's funny you say that because that's what Leslie said. The first thing she does is have a good sniff and then a little stroke.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Get to know the product.
Yeah, that's it. And by the way, I know that sounds odd, anyone who's just maybe tuned in. We're talking about obviously the smell of paper and the feel of paper. This is the vellum that you're getting as well. So you will be getting these 12 sheets of vellum in there too. I'm just laying it down so you can see with the white background. Oh, see all this gorgeous vellum design that we're having as part of this too. So that's all vellum at the end, and it's nice to work with vellum. It just allows you a different aspect there. Nice, right? Okay, so there we go. And that's a final one. Look at that. Great. Now, next we have got our die cut block with 500 elements. These come as a pair, and we've got more papers in the mix too. So I've got to tell you, all of this does come in the complete collection. So everything that I'm showing you is featured in the complete collection. Having a look, I'm going to be quick here. I want to speed up so we can get to Lou for our demonstrations. But everything in this book is die cut already for you. It's a die cut block, over 500 elements in there, so all designed to tie in with this release and themes. You've got beautiful macrame elements in there. Look at this. So for your 3D projects, for your inspirations, for your mixed media, for your journaling, for your card making, all of those just at your disposal to pop out. Then we also have our paper book as well. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm going to be super quick with this flick. You can see all of these beautiful backgrounds. Oh, that was one we particularly liked. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, hoo, hoo. So all of those in the book. Actually, I'm just going to flip this over and show you. You can see all the papers, the different designs, sorry, on the back as well. And use that, you know, take advantage of that. I know Leslie, my producer, like absolutely be cutting into there and taking those out. So those are a pair. If you want to get a hold of those, $13.99, 202-056. Now we've got a great stamp for you, and this is sticking with that beautiful lace theme from the collection. It's in the complete collection, if you want. I say everything I'm showing you, everything that is on the table, on the counter, is included in the complete collection. There is so much going on here. Lou, you've got a couple of examples using this set.
Yeah.
Do you mind just showing everyone?
Not
I think it's worth seeing.
I absolutely love this. I'm going to do the next demo with it, but it's so versatile. And the thing I like about it is you can make it as soft and gentle as you want. This is really soft. Yeah. Or you can go bright with it. And it's not that one. Oh, where's it gone now? But yeah, I'll come back later. But you can do it as soft and as gentle. I've done some quite a pink colour, but even so, it just lends itself to so many different things. You can hardly see it, but it's got like a flesh tone. Oh, here they are, a flesh tone, and then in a grey embossing powder. And this one, I've not finished this, is a gold, and that one is a purple. So just by changing the colour of the embossing powder, it's changed the look completely. This is more of an oriental feel, but I wanted to extend the colour. But yeah, I think you get the idea, hopefully. Just change the embossing powders, change the colours, and you've got a different feel altogether.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's your stamp set. $10.99 is your price there, $251,878. And finally, we've got some dies for you as well. Once again, in keeping with the collection, the theme, the tone of the release from Giannini, we've got that wonderful lamp, the gas lamp, beautiful, beautiful edge dies, but they could be, you could add them for detail. Imagine for your construction box, if you just want to add a little bit of a flourish as well, or if you want to add a border onto your cards, your journals, just lovely, lovely dies. $18.99 is your price for those, 687452 item number. So you've seen everything, and everything that we do have on the counter is included in the complete collection. Shall we just show it all? You can see here all of the elements, so the stamps, the dies, the papers with vellum, the 500 die cuts. You've also got more papers. You've got your 12 by 12s, you've got your rice paper, you've got your dies, your embossing folder, your stencils, your stamps, and again over here, more 12 by 12, more rice papers, more dies, more stamps, more embossing folders, more stencils. That is the complete collection, the Warm and Cosy collection. As always, because it is studio lights, everything is coming from the Netherlands, so it is on 10 days extended dispatch. The minute we have it, we will get it out to you, and it will be dispatched on the 24th of November. So that's the latest release. It is very, I have to say, although we got the one-day special, and you know the one-day special is busy, but the majority of you are going for the complete. I don't blame you, because with the complete, just to reiterate, you've got 3 flexi payments. So as a Freedom member, $35.83 today, everything gets sent out to you, and you're saving £51.94. So that is a complete collection. I think it's about time we start to have a bit of a play. If you do have any questions for Lou, we would love to hear from you. studio@thecraftstore.com. Lou, what you got for us?
Well, I had an idea and then changed it completely. Oh. So never mind, that's what I do. Anyway,
how you roll?
That's how I roll, yeah. I don't roll, well, I do roll, but I don't roll very well anymore. Especially, no. When I fall over, I do roll then. Anyway, the embossing folders. We've not seen embossing folders for a while. I've not used them for a while. But I wanted to just say how I love these, because I just think if you're going to do a quick card or you're going to do a really intricate one, having the background in your paper already done is just amazing. So just to show you what I mean, having it done in white paper, and then I've used one of the cards. We've all got this coloured paper. We've all got it. So there's a little trick if you want to use this, and it goes back to what I did before. So I'm going to show you a build-up of little tricks and tips again. So I'm just going to run a little bit of this. This is actually sandpaper, but you could use your nail file or anything like that. And all I'm going to do is just take off the surface layer. Now you can take off as much as you want. Be careful with this dust though, because it is dust, and you with all stuff that you're doing, you need to be careful of anything like that. So it's now took it down, and we've got this more sort of.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah,
and you can sort of take it down areas. Do a little bit at once, and then you're less likely to get this dust everywhere. And then just wipe it off again. And you can see you don't need it everywhere. But when I start to put in something like one of my old, hey, get these out, get your stains out, guys, get them out. We've not used these for years, but I can start to add a little bit of pink. Now pink, you're like, well, it doesn't really do. It actually works really well with all the papers. So I've got the pink in now. And this is a distress stain, we've all got these. I'm going to use a little bit more, I'm going to go with the dry, and I'm going to bring a bit of orange in now. And I'm just going to make my own sort of vintagey backgrounds. Now I'm not going to leave it like that, I'm going to take that off, because where it's still shiny, it resists. Right. So I'm not a lover of that bit there, so I'm going to go in with a light, with old paper. That's it. So that's one little trick where you can just put that through your embossing folder in the sandwich that you've got. You can see you could even put like a mask there and just, you know, sand round it. This is the other one, and you can use it positive or negative. I really like that one because it has got that really ornate feel of like raw iron and stuff. Or you can use the other side, because a lot of this mirror card or metallic cards, you know, I've got a white background, and I really just wanted to show you what this is so easy to do. And you can do it a couple of ways. You can do it dry brushing, and by dry brushing, and I mean it's so simple. I'm just going to show you. All I'm going to do is I'm going to make this like more of a gilt colour. And if you think this is one, right, I've not bunged up, am I? I unbuttoned everything before. But you can do this with paint, you can do it with your oxides, your inks, you can do it with everything. You just have to use a right lid with us. Trying to get that on there. Right, you need a dryish brush, no water on it, and you're sort of pushing the paint into it.
Okay.
And then take a lot off, because what you don't want to do is attack it with a load of paint on the end. You want the paint to be in the middle of the bristles, and then you start off, and hopefully once you get the excess,
just a dry brush, yeah?
Yeah, just a dry brush, and you can start to see the pattern. And as soon as you get to know when
oh, that's nice.
When the paint's sort of working right, and you can start to see.
That's really pretty.
And I can change the colours up, so if I wanted to do more of a sort of a brighter colour, but I can also keep this dry. Don't wash it at all, because what I'm going to do is use the colour on the mat, so it doesn't really matter. I hope this is okay giving you lots of techniques, because I just think using it is great at making a card, but if you can see what else you can do, I always think it's a bonus.
We always love techniques.
So I've got a bit of green there, and it's gone a little bit, so I'm going to put a little bit here, and I want it to look like aged patinaed.
Patina, yeah.
Yeah, so I just love it. It's like embossing, you know, when you see that final thing where the colour changes and it's embossed and it appears. So here we've got that lovely sort of feel of it popping out now. It was white before. Yeah. And don't forget, we've now got the same sort of, but this is very different metallic colour to that. So I'm just going to get my colour again. I'm going to use an oxide now, because you have got it's a bit more opaque an oxide, but be very careful. Don't try and put the oxide on here yet, because this is still wet. Even though it feels dry, it won't be. Okay. And less is more, because people get, oh, I can't see it, but you will see it, and I know it's hard, but you will see it on the TV in a minute.
It's easier to build up than take away.
Oh yeah. Now there it is, it's coming through now.
That's it.
You can see the colour building up, you get this wonderful patinaed look.
Colour wash of it, yeah.
And you can mix it with that, put your colour in there, and you've got this vibrancy that perhaps you wouldn't get trying to do it the way I showed you at first. But if you've got a stash of that paper, get it used. You know, the metallic paper, get that used first, and then...
That is instant. What you've done there is just you've added a story to that piece of paper.
That's a nice idea, that's a nice way of thinking about it. So it is a lovely idea that I've got the vintage feel on there, but just to show you that it doesn't end there, leave that to dry. That's one of the most important things that you could do with any work, is leave it to dry or dry it. I've got the copper again, I think it's a copper, and all I'm going to do is the edge of this one, because I don't want to do all of it. I want to give it a gilt look. So just do it round the edge. And if I don't want it all four edges, just do with two. Yeah. But if I lift this up in a second, you'll get to see can you see the gleam in it now? And it's not too heavy. I love that. Yeah. And you know, that's a piece of white card. That's that. But there again, don't forget, you can put the green on top of this as well. So we've got that. I can use that in any way. Here it is just plain, and I shouldn't say plain, just a plain piece of card, and I've done it in the green because I was looking at my work and I was thinking, right, what do I want to do? I love this idea of the greens and the pinks. So I get all my work out and I think that's quite pretty, because you've got a quite soft background, but there again, that's also pretty. But it does need something to bring it out. So play around with what you've got, what sort of feel you want with it, and then just say, right, okay, see, that's quite pretty.
Oh, that's nice. That's very pretty.
Yeah.
Imagine that on the front of a journal or top of a box.
Absolutely. And the only thing I need to do, I've got another one there. See, I changed the look all. Now, if I put this one on, we're going with the turquoise colour. So all the colours work together, but I quite like this one. And I'm going to try and make this into a card, but I need now to bring this wonderful colour into this card.
Yeah.
So you can do it a couple of ways. You can go straight in with your distress inks if you want, or I think one of the nicest ways is get a pencil, or I wouldn't use felt tips because felt tips or anything like that are a little bit harder to control, plus they're wet. So we're just going to get some colours that we think perhaps are going to match that. So the colours you use there, keep an eye on what you do. I always tend to write them down. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use it in a shading way. And what I mean by that is we've got writing, which is upright, drawing, which is 45°, and shading, which is flat.
That's really well explained, Lou.
Well, it just makes it easy because people say, how do you use it? And the way you use your shading is to put your finger on the top, finger each side, and that allows you to get the full width of your, it's not lead, your pigment. And all I'm going to do is just lightly, in fact, just let me get rid of that there. I don't want too much pressure. Like we said, we can add it. You might find that this isn't the right colour. Doesn't matter. Just go in and keep adding the darker ones. So I'm picking up the colour now.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm just bringing the colour in, what I've got already done from the previous topper that I've done. And any bits like that dodgy bit there, well, it's not that dodgy, but you can now cover up and make it look like
you're meant to do it.
Well, the thing is with this, if you press really hard, it won't matter that much, simply because you've got light and dark, you've got the divots or whatever you want to call them. You know, the embossing part, that's a better word. So I've gone to the pinks and the red sides of my pencil. I'll just bring that in again, much better. I need to just put a tiny bit of light on this area now. And the way I'm going to do that is you could use your oxides or your anything, your watercolours, but I'm just going to a tiny bit of the colour. It might not show up, but I know it's there. Tiny bit of the light green. And this way, I'm being a little bit, because it's light, I don't have to be as careful. I can just go willy-nilly on it, like that. So, there we go. A little bit more carefree. But, let's have a quick look at how this looks. Oh, you see?
Oh, Lou,
it looks really nice
that looks
now.
Fabulous. I really like that.
And
it's amazing how just to add, because I liked it before, and now you really have improved that.
It's so easy to do. All you need is someone to show you how to do it. What I'm going to do now is I've just placed my card and a topper, whatever, but if you haven't got a colour card that's going to fit this, what happens is you sort of start making do with colours that you've got. Don't worry about it, make your own. So I've outlined where it is. All I'm going to do now is make it pop. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to do it where I need it. So I'm going to go a little bit darker, and I'm just, you're almost, when I've finished, hopefully this will look like this is popping off the page, but it's going to give it a shadow. And I've used these, I brought these as a one-day special, and I've not put them down since. Because I've got the, right, this sounds so crazy. I've got the love of colouring in again.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm using it in threads, in paints, and I'm just feeling the benefit of just sitting and colouring. And, you know, I can do it, anybody can do that, but it goes back to the mindful stuff.
That's a lovely thing to hear you say.
Yeah, I'm really, really loving it. And it's calming me down, really is. So just going to place a tiny bit of the darker one just at the edge. And you can choose any colour, but my advice is sit down and just go through the ways of shading. And the reason I'm saying that is because people expect realistic photographs in your first drawing or nothing at all. They go, right, I don't like it. But we weren't born running. We were born, there's skills that we learnt. There's very, very few people who could pick up a pencil, unless savant or something, who can do it. So I'm going to bring this back now. It looks a bit bright, but the nice thing you can do is just using the oil from your finger, just burnish it.
That's what fingers are for?
Yeah, and if you won't believe it when I'm doing it, you think, well, that's just what she did, just rubbing it in. But I show you how shiny it's gone now. And this is called burnishing. You can get pencils to do it, which, yeah, they're great, but it's a bit like, why not use your finger and not charge anything? I hope you can see the shine now. I'll try and get it so you can see the shine. Just around the edge. Can you see it there? Yeah. Just there. It's really shiny, look.
I can see that, yeah.
And that's the burnishing from your finger, if your finger's shiny. So now we'll just put this back on.
Oh,
it's got that lovely warmth. But you do need, I personally feel, it needs to be a bit 3D. And if you do that, then you could put a little bit of grey on one side, but not black. Don't go for black, because black can be over the top. It just deadens some things. So, and that's all I've used is colouring materials, the beautiful embossing folder, the lovely stamp, and if I close that down now, any little areas like this, if you feel that it's white like that there, just go in with your pencils, colour it in, and before you know it, you'll have sat there for half an hour colouring in and you love it. So, why do I get in? Well, can you see how that's so simple?
It's achievable, but my goodness, it looks amazing. And you can do that with this collection right here. So as crafters, if you can imagine working with the embossing folder, the beautiful stamps, getting your colour mediums out. We've got papers on the show as well. We've got rice papers. There is something for everybody on the show. And the stencils. Now let's think about these stencils, because they are stunning. I love that one with the amount of textures going on. Imagine putting that on your jelly plate.
Do you want me to use it?
Well, shall we?
We'll use it. Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, I'll use it.
I'm just thinking about this with that stencil. So as stencils, we can run our texture paste through there. We can spritz. We can obviously put our inks through there as well. We can put it through our embossing machines and get an emboss. There's a lot of techniques, but really nice stencils. Studio Lights are well known for their stamps. Yeah. They're really well known for their papers, their rice papers, their stencils. They just get it right. There is a reason why Studio Light has so many fans internationally. And Janini, she is good. Yeah, she is really, really, really good. The designs that she's brought us today are exceptional. Now, just to say, with the one-day special, we've got two different options. They're in front of me right now, so you can either go for your daisies, your postcard daisies, or your lace magnolia. Within the options, it's the same permutation. So you're going to give you 3 beautiful double-sided 12 by 12s. You're going to get 2 rice papers. You're going to get stamp set stencils. You're also going to get embossing folder and die. So that's your collection if you just want to go for the one-day special. But if you like what you see, you're thinking, if you want to get everything on here, because we did show you some stamps in that previous demonstration that was using the stamps in part in the complete collection. Sorry, I just lost the word complete for a second. But the complete collection that we're getting. So everything that is on the counter now, anything that you see Lou playing with is included in the complete collection. Please become a Freedom member.
Absolutely.
Because, and do you know, I do not want anybody paying full price for this. Because the difference between Freedom membership and non-Freedom membership is it's about £11 something, £11.94, is it? Yeah, £11.94. Freedom membership is £7.97. So by becoming a Freedom member, I know you've paid £7.97, but then your saving that you're going to get access to is £11.94, and on top of that, you're going to save on your P&P as well. So you get why it's a why not deal. Enjoy Freedom membership for a month and then decide what you want to do. You can either continue or not. The choice is yours. But as a Freedom member, you get the exclusive discount. You also get 3 flexi payments. That's whether you're a Freedom member or not. But we're going to offer you everything as part of that complete collection. And this is where it gets really exciting. And I think Lou can appreciate this better than anybody. Because as a crafter, it's having that continuity. So whether you just know everything will work together. You take some of your 12 by 12s, we'll work with your rice paper, we'll work with your stamps, we'll work with your other papers on the show, we'll work with your dies, we'll work with your stencils, we'll work with the embossing folder. Everything that we have on the counter is part of a complete collection, which means it doesn't matter where your eye takes you, where your crafty heart takes you. So if you find yourself using some stamps, you know the dies are going to work. You know the papers are going to work. All the color tones, the design aspects, everything just blends harmoniously to give you a beautiful result. Busy for our complete collection. 3 flexi payments of $35.83. And when you think about it, and we're seeing everything on the counter right now, £35 and some change today, you are getting everything. It is such a good bundle, and I'm so pleased it is busy. Got to just tell you, with the big bundle, I know it's not in the pictures, but you will be getting the paper pads. Is it not in the... Apologies. On our website, the actual text breaking down everything that you get, it's not included. We just haven't included that in the description. But you are absolutely getting your mixed paper pads in there as well. So the paper pad with the vellum, you're getting the other paper pad, and you're getting the 500 die cut elements too. So you will be getting everything on the counter will be winging its way to you. I think we're going to continue the fun. So what are we going to do next?
Well, we're going to use the stencils, but we're going to do them in a quite delicate way. I've got this die cut. I stamped this out before and I was going to do something and changed my mind, but I was just thinking about how nice it is just as a corner card, you know, using it like that. So again, we could use that way. So
wait, it's showing actually, you did a bit of this in the previous hour, but with the dies, showing how they really allow themselves to be snipped into and for you to find different shapes. So if you want to break down the stamp and just take a little bit of a corner detail, you can. Absolutely,
and that's something, it has to be versatile. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of getting something that only does one thing? You want it to do loads of different things. I've got the stencil. It's up to you which you choose, because seriously, there's not a dud one. Yeah. And I always say that, but I wouldn't say it if I can't. If I couldn't say it, I wouldn't say it. I'd just say nothing. But on all of them, we've got some wonderful designs. Now, I want to just pick out a few that you may not realise. In the extra one, we've got this wonderful design here, and I just think it goes so beautifully with this stamp, but I will show it you. So look for areas on your collage, like here, we'll get the collage, and this really helps you to understand where the shapes have come from. So we look at this netting, and it's here. And then we might look at another part of one of the others, like here. I'll do it on this big one so we can see. So here we've got this design there. And then we've got that design, sorry, that one there. And you can see now why it all matches. This one is very much like the cane in a chair as well, which I really like. And we've got this pattern, although it's not exactly the same as that, you could use it as well. So think about all the different elements and how you can expand these. And if you use a pen, oh, that's a tip I wanted to show you. If you've got an embossing pen, draw through these and then it extends your stamp. Because this, as long as you die cut it, as long as you emboss it colour-wise. So I've got this. I've got my old paper, which is a really light colour. Always test your colours first. See, that's perfect for this. And these are the old stains. I've got all my stuff out because I am absolutely using it all. We've got it there.
But it's nice to see you sort of discovering or reinvigorating your love for your stains and colours or mediums that we have in our stash that we haven't played with for a while.
And this is why I'm really a bit giddy about this, because I wouldn't normally be this giddy about it, because I'd be like, oh, right, I'll just do this, or oh, I'll just do that. And this is be like, oh, get that out, get that out. So here I'm just picking up a little bit of the old paper, and I like the idea. Don't worry about this because it foxes like old paper. Old paper will do that. That's me being a bit vigorous, but I don't personally worry about stuff like that. I just think it all adds
character.
Yeah, and a texture and stuff. If you're a bit finer, you get a better one. So I've got that one on. I'm going to build it up now, and I'm going to go with a pink. Now, the other reason is clean your stencils as well. Terrible for that. So I'm looking at this and thinking, right, okay, what will I do here? I'll just put a little bit. By the time this dries, it'll take on a whole different look. So I'm just going to pop the colour. There we go. This is like a bit of the pink on it. Got a bit pink there. Just going to wipe that off there and a bit there. Perfect.
Oh,
now
yeah, I like that.
What I am going to do now is, you should really leave that to dry, but I'm not too bothered about it because I can go straight in, is I'm going to use a stamp. I'm going to use that stamp. So I'm going to take this the excess off, because I don't really want it that. And I want to clean this because I've got the dye from the previous
Are we using
stuff.
one of the macrame stamps from our lace Magnolia? Which one, or is this from the other
This is from the other one, unless you want me to use it.
No, you use whatever you're going to use. I was just trying to work out which one.
Oh, this is from the corner one from this one, this extra one.
Oh, okay.
Because I just wanted to show people how really superb.
Yeah.
So what you can do now, you can stamp with your light colours, your dark colours, whatever. I'm going to use a black just to bring it up, so, and it's easier for you to see. So I've got this colour in the background, and it's basically breaking the card, and by that I mean I'm getting rid of the whiteness of the card. I've just come in a little way, and I'll pull this down for you now. Make sure that when you're stamping that you let the ink soak in. Perfect.
Oh, that's pretty.
Now, can you see why I'm not bothered about the underneath?
Yeah.
Because if you
don't notice it.
Yeah, exactly. If you splodge it, it really doesn't matter, because you just go put a stamp on it. So I'm just doing the same here. I'm just marking where that is so I can see. It's sort of a near as you can. Near as you can. Yeah. That's all I worry about. Yeah. So I've got this stamp here and that one there. So I've got this nice direction happening here.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm going to go back over the top now, and I'm going to put in a little bit of the actual distress now. So it's the same colours. I've used the stains, but this time I'm going in with my my distress, and I'm just going to repeat. Now you can see there's still colour on that, but because I can control this more, it's a bit easier for me. So again, it's a bit easier to see as well. The water that's still on there, it really won't matter. So we've got this nice, and then I'm going to go back over this. And this needs a bit of a dark colour now, because this has got the stamp. I want to bring this in with something else.
That's looking very, very good.
You just need now is, I'm going to use the green and build it up, and this will have more of an impact on it.
So the stencil is found in the complete collection, or if you wanted to go for the lace Magnolia, you can find the stencil that Lou was just using right there, that tall one. You can find that in the collection. But way to go. If you're not sure if you're going to get something that Lou's using, if you go for the complete collection, then rest assured anything that Lou uses, you will have being sent to you. Reminder, it is studio lights, so there is a 10 days extended delivery on this. It will be dispatched from the 24th of November. As we go on, I'll let Lou finish her demonstration. Once she's done that though, I know Lou's done some very nice inspirations, so we will show off some of her completed inspirations too.
Well, I've sort of like got the frame of this working. It's not exactly how I want, because I've still got wet items on here, but it really does not matter, because all we're going to do is pick the favourite colour that you're using in your work. Like here there's an olivey green, I might want something dark, and all I'm going to do is just create a frame, my own frame, which isn't particularly straight. And I'm going to go back to using what I showed you right at the beginning to create my own frame. So I'm not relying on having to make a border of any sort, although you can do. So if I was to colour this now, like I did in the last demonstration, if I was to colour this dark, I could actually use this wonderful stamp to make another part of the frame, but I don't want to. I just want to create a really fine little edge. Now hopefully you can just see I've brought it all together now, and it was looking, things do look dodgy when you first start. Now that's not the right size, if that makes sense, plus it's not the right colour, so we need something that's really going to work with that.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I mean where are they? They're here. There they are. You could use all of this, or you could just go with a little bit. And I think if you're just going to go with one, because it's just too, it'd fit just in there.
I don't mind it going beyond your border.
No, And if you are worried about that, just put a little bit of a mask there. Now, normally you'd worry about it going over here, but I don't care about that. I'm going to go straight on with it. So I'm just going to put the area that I want on, onto my block. And then that way, you know, I won't put any ink on that. I'm just going to get the bit I want. So again, I'm going to blend it here. So I'm going to keep the, I've got to think now. Right, so I can get that in and move that over there, so not really much I'm missing, but don't be worried. If this doesn't go right, easiest way, do it again on a piece of paper, collage it on. Sometimes it's easier to do. I have got one that I've done to show you, but that's sometimes the easiest way of doing it. And you can even do it like that, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to place it down and go for it. Keeping it within the line. If it does extend past it, I don't care. I'm not really worried. I like the idea of, you know, bucking the trend, so to speak, and saying, no, I don't care what it looks like. I'm just going to be enjoying colouring. Right,
nice.
So I could have done with a little bit darker there, but I'm seriously not worried. And all I'm going to do is, the little gold bits. Here, they've got the other one, here it is, and these match that perfectly. Now, I've not got time to pick all these out, but these match that perfectly.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you wanted to put a few of them on and extend it, and just to show you, oh, look, here we go again. That's how you saw them before. Come on. That's how you saw them before. That's how they are now.
Yeah.
Really. See how I took the edge off?
Yeah, you have. So they're not
as bright.
Pull them back, yeah.
Absolutely. So you can do that. And all I'm going to do here is just a little bit of colour. Using felt tips, it's going to be difficult on this, I must admit, but using your watercolour pens, much, much better. Watercolour pencils. You just keep creating a boundary for this to sit on. And you've got all these patterns here. Now, I quite like that. If I get another chance, I'm now going to try stamping that onto all the flowers, because I love, 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 love that pattern. And that's another thing while you're working on them. You're thinking, oh, I could do that. Oh, what about that? You're almost trying to make this look like it's part of the background, but these flowers aren't, so you concentrate on just taking this back and the flowers forward. I'm hoping that people can get to see, you know, apart from all the wonderful techniques that you see everyone doing, that there's lots of different ways you can use lots of different, the same element, lots of different ways. I don't think that makes sense. Like one stamp, so many different ways, or one folder, so many different ways. And I just like, I watch the craft store for my inspiration. I just think, I don't think I could do without it.
It's a community, and there's so many different crafters from different backgrounds coming in, new crafters joining us. We've got new crafters here in the actual, a part of the team here at the craft store. I want to give a mention to Harry, our floor manager, very talented young man. Wasn't a crafter before he joined us, he's been here a while. He's caught the crafty bug. Have to say though, he's very clever. So he's dating, he's doing a dating thing. And he went out on a date with somebody. This is Harry's own words. He felt she was a little out of his league. Went on a date, he was trying to impress her. Anyway, he backed it up by after the date, he made a card reflecting some of the interest, quirky, fun little sentiment on there, gave her a card to say he enjoyed the date. It worked, she's seen him again. So it shows crafting. You're a winner, Harry. You're a winner.
Lovely.
So I thought, great story. Crafting helping you.
I tell you what, you can just slip in like the odd die cut thing, or like the embossing folder, this, and be like, he knows his stuff in.
I tell you what we're going to do, Harry. At some point, over the next few weeks, we'll get you on air as well, so you can tell her you're a TV celebrity too.
Oh yeah, you can say a name, because it's like when I see my work on here, I go, oh, that's mine, and dead sure. It's like. Anyway,
while we're doing this, Lou, I've got to just give a quick rundown because I'm conscious of time and we've got new viewers joining us.
There's only a little bit to do, but it's
is that all right? If we'll come back, all Lou's going to be doing is just adding a bit of colour.
That's all I'm doing,
Just time. So we're going to go through the one-day special. You've got two options with the one-day special. You've either have your postcard daisies or your lace magnolia. And we'll have a look at these and see the different components that you're getting. You can get beautiful rice papers, and I will try and be quick because I am conscious of time. So you've got rice papers in there. That was a snooky peek at that one. You've also got the most gorgeous papers. Now look at that. Yeah, just that alone, your 12 by 12s. You're going to get 3 of these 12 by 12s. That sheet just full of elements. You've got toppers here. You've got beautiful background there. That's a lovely one as well. And then finally the other side. Wop, wop. Oh yeah. Okay, so we love our 12 by 12s. Then as we venture down, we have our dies, which you can see. You've got some great dies in the mix. You've got your embossing folder, and Lou showed you the power of embossing folder, how you can create some great effects with your embossing folder. Then we have the stamps. The daisy stamp is stunning, absolutely stunning. And then you've got the stencils as well that we're just playing with. So some of these stencils, texture stencils in the mix too. Oh wait, I just want to show you a couple of inspirations that we have. Look at that.
Beautiful.
For a piece. That's with the Daisy collection.
Absolutely love it. Look at that. That's by Karen, and she's just used one element and the flowers from the die cuts. Look what, you know, and she's
Very
not,
pretty.
it's not blue. She's a blue person, but that is absolutely stunning. Yeah, and you could do something more dramatic like that. It's superb. I just love the way people use them in different ways.
Love
I just
that.
think
Yeah. So
genius.
That's your postcard daisies. Coming over here, we have also got our lace magnolias. Same thing. We're going to get gorgeous rice papers. So 2 beautiful rice papers in this collection. You can see those both. That's so nice.
And that's got the little light in it as well. So
that's so nice.
Great backing paper for your other light.
Yeah. So we're going to get both of those. And there are macrame. So what I love is there's little details, little nods to other elements in the collection, like the macrame that you're seeing there. So that is your rice paper. Then we've got beautiful 12 by 12s, which you're seeing here. Gorgeous 12 by 12s. Giving you a little sneak peek at the others. Okay. And then, lift that back up. We've also got the dies. So coming in at the dies, you can see that you are getting your dies with the macrame aspect, your embossing folder. This was the embossing folder that Lou actually used in her demonstration. Then we're going to have the stamp, that gorgeous stamp with the lace background and the magnolia. So you can just see that there, the stamp. There it is, just to the left of your screen. And then we have our stencils there as well. So all of that in one collection, or if you're struggling, if you're like, I love the daisies, I love the magnolias, and I want more Studio Lights goodies, we have got the complete collection for you. So complete collection, things to point out. With the complete collection, the £20 saving you would have had if you'd gone for both options one day special, that is carried across. There is then a further saving to become a Freedom member. Please become a Freedom member because it's 10% saving for Freedom members. So that's £11.94 saving as Freedom members again. So your total saving as a Freedom member is £51.94. And of course, you're saving in your postage as well. You're going to get all 3 of these paper pads that you're seeing here. So this paper pad is a mixed media paper pad. You've also got vellum, beautiful backgrounds. Then you've got more beautiful papers. And then you've got your die cut block with 500 elements. I haven't got time to flick through all of these. I will just very, very quickly show you here. The backgrounds are gorgeous. Oh, that was a bit too quick. You can see lovely, lovely backgrounds. Okay. So that's your paper pads. You're going to get 3 of those, well, 2 of those and the die cut blocks. Then you're going to get your stamps. Now Lou's been using this hour and I've absolutely fallen in love with this stamp set. So gorgeous, gorgeous stamps. And I will just drop that in and you get to see those are all the stamps that you're getting on that stamp set. And then finally, we've got the dies as well. So if you want to go for those individually, everything that I've shown you, or they're included in the complete bundle. It is a monster bundle from Janini, I should say. It's a stunning, stunning release. Warm and cozy. There is something very homely about the release, and there's some gorgeous elements to it as well. Lou, we've got literally a minute and a half. Oh, actually, sorry, no, better, 3 minutes.
Right, well, all I've done is I've taken the card now and made the focal point part of the background. So even though you've got a stamp here, me, stains in the background. If you look at it now, it looks like all part of one.
Yeah.
So what all I've done is I've just taken the background, I'll show you here, I've not done it, and I'm using our paints as well because they match the distress colours really well. So I'm just going to take out around the flowers, and the only reason I'm doing that is because then I can concentrate on the flowers themselves.
Making them pop.
Yeah, and so lots of different ways. I can emboss it, I can do anything I want, but I'm just putting the pink at the very bottom and then the light there. Now, when this is dry, it's not dry now, again, you could get a little one of your pens, a white pen or anything like that, and just put a little bit of white there and it pops all of it out. And it really is a labour, I've got to say, and on that, a labour of love. And I don't want to put them down. I didn't, between the break, I was sat there, and honestly, I've never been so quiet. So get your white, it's not dry, but get your white pencil on the top, and when it's dry, you'll see the difference, and it'll just pop out.
That's nice.
But I really have enjoyed every minute of this, and I know I'm going home, but I'd really all right to stay here and do this.
Well, the good news is you're going to have 3 hours tomorrow to play with the one-day special. So Lou will be back live tomorrow at 8, 12 and 4. And I can't wait to see what you do.
Am I on with you?
No, not tomorrow. I know. But the good news is Blues will be here. So you get to play with the Blue Shift.
Oh, Blues. I never know who's, well, I'm just here, aren't I? So, but I love it anyway. I love working with everybody here.
And we love working with you. By the way, got to give a shout out to your Facebook groups.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we've got our junk journals and mindful mixed media art, and we've also got the mindful moodling, which is a new collection. And it's proving very popular, so do follow those groups, free groups on Facebook. Now, you had a lovely email here from Rachel who says, please tell Lou how much I enjoy her demonstrations and what an inspiration she is. This collection looks amazing. Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate that. All these people, if they're the people I think, they're so talented, so to get that, it means a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Love working with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Lou will be back tomorrow, 8, 12 and 4. I really hope you can join us. Such a nice release from Studio Lights. Can't wait to see what you do with it. We're not stopping here, though. We've got another fantastic hour just around the corner, so don't go anywhere. See you back in a moment.